Mātou pānga whai ora katoa ki te taha, ka mihi mātou ki te kingi me te inoi atu. Mō te arihitanga I roti o mātou whakaaroarohanga. Kia mōhio ai, kia whakeeti ai tā mātou whakahaere I ngā take o te wharenei. Mō te oranga, te maungarongo me te aroha o Aotearoa. Āmeni.
Members, it's my sad duty to inform the House of the death of our colleague Takutai Tarsh Kemp ONZM. Takutai represented the election of Tama Potaka as a member of Te Pāti Māori. During her time in Parliament, quite apart from constituency obligations, she served on the Social Services and Community Committee. I extend my sympathy and prayers to her whānau and acknowledge her contribution to public life in New Zealand. I also extend my sympathy to Te Pāti Māori members who are today supporting her whānau in Tama Potaka. I call on the Honourable Tama Potaka.
Okay, and then we'll switch over to this one here. And we'll start with Tama Potaka's...
Now, before you kick off, a little fun fact. It's actually not that fun, but here's a fact. Tama is a whanaunga. He's a direct relative of Takutai. They're cousins.
Okay, I did not know that. I learned something today. Thank you.
Thanks, Laura.
And I think our audience also learned something as well. Okay, let's kick it off.
Ki te tua iwi roa o te motu nei, tō tāwa iwi roa pai maunga o ruahine. Kia haere atu koe ki te rei, ki te reina. Koira hoki ngā wāhi, whakawawahi wairua o tātou mātua tupuna. He uri koe nā te ahi kārua o te puko o te ika tai atu ki te tūkūrai o Taranaki. He mārei kura nā ngā kāwai te pairu, te hika kahukare, te aitanga rongo maitara, nā te tama kōpiri. Ko ia hoki ngā uri, I māre nātu I moitahi atu ki ngā iwi take o te puko o te ika, ko Ngāti Hotu, ko Ngāti Whatu Mamua, ko Nuku Te Aio, ko Haumoi Tahanga, me ngā iwi o tērā wāhi o Mōkai Pātea. Tai atu ki oku ake o Takirau, haere koe ki te Takitini. Tātou ngā uri whakatupu, ngā uki whakatupu, o ngā whenua e takatakahi te ope kātua o Aotearoa, tai atu ki a ōrua matua kai manawa, ki a rangipō waiu, ki te riu o puanga, e rā o ngā wāhi o tātou mātua tupuna. E taku kaku kahu tātara āre ki Tawaroa. Pōrua mai tō matararama ki tēnei ao. Ina nahi I konei koe, I tēnei rā kei whē koe. Ko ngā puti e whakatinana me te haki o te Pāti Māori e whakamākona I tō tūru haere, ngunguru atu te pō ki o tāwa tupuna ki te pō. Ko ki te huki ko whakararangi mai, I tō mātou he mana, māngai hoki, I etehi o ngā takataka hitanga I whāia e koe. Ko koe, te kai whakahaere o te kāhui kanikani. Te rangatira o ngā rangatahi. E roto I o mahi ki manu rewa, tai atu ki ngā mahi ki tērā wahine rongonui kanikani o Aotearoa, I kanikani atu I te taha Justin Bieber, ko koe ke tōna taha. Engari, ko ngā mahi o te ahi kāroa, I kawe atu koe, ki manurewa. Kia kā hoki te ahi, ki te taitonga o Tāmaki Makaurau, me mihi ka tika. Me mihi ka tika, e enei tini āhuatanga, kua pā atu ki a koe. Ki mai te kōrero, ki mai tō kōrero, I roto I tō tauaki tuatahi. Te whai mai ngā kōrero a tautaina, mo enei āhuatanga, o te whakataunga tiriti mo Mōkai Pātea. Whakahukia mai tōku whenua tōku whakapapa, kia whakapiki ai tōku whānau me tōku wairua. I ki anga kōrero hoki e whakakena nei, e whakawehi nei, I te hinengaro a tēnā iwi o Mōkai Pātea, ko koe te whakatinanatanga o te kreime nui. Kei te tārewa tonu te wā, o tāku kia mete kaura, kia te reo wā. Engari, Takutai, whai nei I tō ingoa, te manaaki te moana, te manaaki te whenua. Nā reira koe hoki, ka ki mai te kōrero ki te manaaki koe I te whenua, ka manaaki te whenua I a koe. Nā reira, tēnā koe me o tupuna, me ngā piringa whakapapa I Wainganui a Tāua, ara ngā uri a I hākara te raro me te pai o te rangi. Koia, ko Shannon Halbert, ko haere ki rā wāhi titi paku ararai. Tō tāua kōkōrangi, tōhunga, Jay Wilson. Tai atu ki te auwahine, ki taku auwahine, ki taku tuahine, Sky, mi hana ki a koe peni. Me tō tāua whanaunga Pākehā nei a Willie Jackson tūri a Batley nei. Nā reira, ko koe hoki ki au nei, te raurangi Māori o te Pāti Māori. Whakamākone te nākau, engari tēnei wā whakaroi mata i te karu. Whakapauri hoki i te hinangaro whakaaro. Ki mai te kōrero a tō tātou kingi tūheitia o te tau te whero te tuawhitu. Amohia ake te ora o te iwi ki puta tātou ki te whai au ki te ao marama. Nau anō i hiki i tērā kianga kōrero, engari i hiki hoki i tēnei mate e kōhuru nei i te iwi Māori. Tērā hoki tōna whakaaro me Māori ia wā ia rā. He iwi motu hake, he iwi taurikura e kore tātou e ngaro. I whai hoki koe i tērā takahitanga a tahu pōtiki Wirimu Rātana me o tāua ake o te kāhui morehu ki rānana. Whai hoki koe me ki i ngā mahi a ngā ana here pono, tai atu ki te māngai ai nei, ake nei, ai. Nā reira, kare au i te whakatōroanga ngā kōrero, engari te tū hei waka kōrero o tēnei te Pāti Kāhurangi, me te tuku roimata ki a koe, engari ki te karapine pene mai, hei whānau kotahi ki tēnei pāremata. Tātou, e karapine pene mai nei, e awhi mai nei, i te rau me te haki o te Pāti Māori i tēnei wā. Ka whai ia i tēnei wā, te wā o te kai ruri i te tau tawhito, te kai huaki i te tau hau. Ko ia ko puanga e tere mai nei, ko matariki e piata mai nei. Ki te whakaki i te kupenga a tara mainoku. Ka te kau mārua marama, mātou ka tangi mau, a taino ki te wā ka hawa mai tō mate, ngā mate o te tau te tūnei, kia tai atu ki tua o Pohutukawa. Kei taku Pohutukawa, kei taku tuahine, kei taku tuahine te pairu o ngā iwi o te puku o te whenua, te puku o te ika, te taitonga o Taranaki, te rahi hoki o Tāmaki Makaurau. Pōrua mai tō matararama ki tēnei au.
Now, you probably can bring up some facts, Laura.
Yeah, I mean, I quite like the fact that the way how Tama referred to her as the rangatira of the rangatahi. I thought that was a very good gesture there. That I caught that. So my understanding of Te Reo Māori is limited, but there are key words and sentences that I can pick out. But yeah, basically he said that she was a chiefess to the youth, and that is true. She very much was. She did a lot of good stuff with youth. The team that she helped lead, I think they were like the first one in New Zealand to win or to get nominated for like the US. Yeah, here we go. From 2007 to 2015, she led the Shazaya Dance Academy, which became the first crew from New Zealand to qualify for the World Hip Hop Championships in America. So yeah, very, very much, a rangatira for the youth.
Now, Frankie, you're from the area.
Oh, being young like rangatahi, is that what you mean?
Oh, I was going to say near Manariwa.
Yeah, so look, I think when you're looking at low docile areas, I
think decile might be the piece of word.
The same thing. Decile areas, you're looking for people that need hope, people that need support, and people who haven't been given as many opportunities as other people. So when someone like that comes into the mix and shines that kind of light, but really means it, because there are a lot of people who say they want to do things for people, and especially when it comes to rangatahi, to children, people come in with empty promises because it looks good, or because they mean it in their heart, but they actually don't come through and deliver like she has. And I think that's been really, really important. Not only when we speak about rangatahi as our future of tomorrow, they're actually our children right now. So they need that nurture, care and support, and someone they can count on, because not necessarily are there whānau lives like that at home. They may have people working extremely long hours, people caught up in addiction, all sorts of reasons, from intergenerational trauma, plus living in that kind of area, So I think that she's really been an angel, and I think it's in my opinion, from what I felt, it's been really unsettling for a lot of people. They don't know what's going to happen from now. Who's going to take over the spaces that she created and actually led and stayed strong in? And kaha in those positions. I think right now people are thinking, who's going to be the person to do that, to keep her. I mean, her legendary reputation will live on forever because of who she is and what she's done, but who will maintain the high standards and the pono ability to support and care for people, especially like rangatahi, which go unseen so many times and people look over all the time. Who's going to take that position now is probably a question in my mind I've been thinking all day, to be honest.
Yep. Big boots to fill. I mean, she wasn't just an MP; she was also the CEO of Marae. By all intents of the name, she was a rangatira, right? You don't just become a CEO of a marae.
It's not something you can helicopter your way into.
No, you can't buy into it. You can't nothing into it, and might be a subject some people might find sensitive, but hey, aha, that's why I'm here, and especially as a mana wahine. To get into that position, maintain it, and hold it with so many other factors working against you, man, that's a powerhouse. That's a rangatira in itself too.
And doing it with kidney disease as well. It's like it's like you're the rangatira and the MP.
Yeah. And then you woke up until the day before to keep going.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we've ever had anyone in Parliament like her, to be honest. No. And I don't know if we will. I hope so.
I was going to say, we had Efeso Collins, who literally was in Parliament the day before he unexpectedly passed away. And maybe that's the thing we have in New Zealand when Parliament's sitting. They seem to be at work the day before.
There must be a preliminary where how committed are you to being in Parliament? How far will you go? Or there's no sick leave or anything like that. But to actually go there when you're physically sick, on top of spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, sorry, that's my emotional support dog, Chico. He's also opinionated like myself. That's power, man. That's a reo rangatira, to put the needs of people, to serve people first before yourself, to have a self-sacrificial role like that. There's nothing.
Yeah, I think Tarsh now holds the position of probably the first MP to be receiving dialysis treatment while sitting as an MP. Now, this slid under my radar, but I do remember it was talked about in 2014 when Georgina Bayer was standing for Parliament, because this was before she got the kidney transplant, and it was mentioned, while other people have managed to go through treatments there, I'm sure I can do dialysis treatment and be an MP. And at the same time, and it's been proven that you can be an MP and go through the dialysis treatment and continue at full, as if you're at full capacity.
Full steam ahead.
Yeah.
I really don't have the words to tell you about how impressed, although she doesn't have to impress me, how magnificent that is to have a rangatira to be able to do that. But hey, look, women can do it all. I'm not surprised. I just want to put that in there. But certainly to go through something, and it's really serious from what I know of the journey and people that have gone through it, but then to have a national responsibility, plus be a chair on a board for 13 years, plus all these other initiatives that she has created, produced, and maintained on top of that.
Yeah.
I went through her Instagram after she passed away. Unfortunately, I never met her in person, but I went through her Instagram and I could see how much she cared about her community. I go through the likes of, and I hate to bring this man up, but I go through the likes of David Seymour's posts, and then I compare them to her posts, and I go, the focus is very, very different. These are two very different people.
Yeah. It's not, look, here's where I am at. It's more of a collection of what was actually achieved.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think in that direction, like you're saying, Laura, one is committed to actually making a change. The other is just to make money. And it's really clear when you put them side by side, although it's hard. And I just want to quickly say how unimpressed I was from Winston Peters calling Marama a dickhead on the side in the Parliament. I know that will come up, but I was really upset about that.
I'm pretty sure he called Takutai. Yeah, that was Takutai Tarsh he called a dickhead. But I thought at first he called Maramo a dickhead as well. I was like, what?
Yeah, me too. I've been stewing about it all week, actually. But I should have had a better look at it. That just got overseen. Nobody did anything. He wasn't suspended out of the Beehive or Parliament or anything. I couldn't believe it that people had just let somebody verbally abuse somebody nationally and internationally, and nothing was done about it. But yet we have something that's invoking culture, like the haka with Hana, but then you're suspended. But lewd and profanity type of language is okay.
Yeah. It's definitely a double standard.